Guten Morgen, YouTube. Well, not exactly. It is afternoon. However, last night the last couple videos you see there of all the night ops we did last night was around 3 a.m. Between 2 and 4 a.m. actually. I had requested to do a doc on uh, the operations that we were videoing, and from what I understand, you can get in a little trouble from the king, and the king's men for that, for doing that kind of stuff with that stuff. But yeah, went out there and set it up, and I filmed it being set up and did the driving, so I was directly involved, and but no one knows where the hell it's at, so screw it. Anyhow, and we went back. I didn't realize. I really kind of. It's on. I think it's on one of the videos I uploaded, but I didn't realize how kind of serious it was until we got. That's all. It's he told me you want to get in the car and start the car, and I'm like, all right. For some reason, well, plus it was fucking like by that time it was about almost 4 in the morning, and I was actually gonna chill late last night, but and then basically we got the call to that this there was one going down right now, like within an hour, and I'm like, fuck, get up, get everything ready, get on. It was 10 degrees when we went out there, so and so you had to get some. You had to get some gear on, cold weather gear on, so you don't freeze to death out there. And while I'm filming these guys, um, I've never. I mean, I've done a lot of shit in my life, but when I was younger and drunker and higher, but I don't think I never really. It was my first documentary. It was going out in the middle of the desert in the middle of the night and do something highly illegal and fucking blow shit up. Well, what didn't happen last night. So we get in the car, or I'm in the car, and when the supervisor, the supervising blaster, I guess you could call him, it's not demolitions because nothing was being torn down. It was just for ornamental purposes only, aesthetic purposes. So I can't call him a demolitions guy. So he's a blasting supervisor, not blasting, but light him up supervisor. He gets in the car. The other guy got in the car. Ronnie got in the car. We'll call him, and the supervisor says, "You want to punch it? You want to go a little faster?" And when I'm in reverse, he goes, "Just back up." When I should have just fucking turned around, I think, and gone forward because it was fucking me up because I don't like. I have a nightmare. That's a whole other story. I have a nightmare driving fast backwards, even though we're on a flat desert. I almost drove off a fucking cliff and killed a whole carload of people when I was younger and drunker. Anyhow, he goes, "Oh, you want to go faster than this? You want to get going?" So I finally turn around and we're going forward. And I was like I said, it's like fucking almost 4 in the morning. I'm like fading, and and film. I'm driving and filming. And he goes, "Oh, go ahead, just punch it, just haul ass. Let's get the fuck out of here." And that fuse is fucking go burning. He's got a slow burning fuse. I gotta upload that one, but anyhow. And we get to a point where we're gonna watch it. And he goes, "All right, about 3 minutes." And I go, "Oh, well, we got because when we got to that spot, we drove away. It had at least been a minute, and then I said I said we got to this spot, Okay, you lit the fuse. We drove out here, and we got to the watching point. Uh, at 12:30 on the counter of the film camera video cam, and so we had about 2 more minutes to sit there and waited a couple more minutes just to be sure, and we had a failure, and kind of sucked. We're gonna go out again. But I mean, the point of doing all this, and then we couldn't find the site. We couldn't find our shit, or they couldn't find their shit, and that was one of the last videos I uploaded was going to get that shit. It's like, so it's kind of sitting there, and it's, this is small town, high desert. At 3 in the morning, you might tend to stick out. We're coming back out of there. We were leaving the area because the search for the goods was the undetonated goods was still out there, and the supervisor said, "Call it. We'll come back in the morning and find it in daylight and find it." This is and I was super low on gas too, and but the point is to this video really wasn't. I mean, everybody's seeing fireworks, but I was just because it was mentioned, oh yeah, you just check it right here and you'll see the fireworks. And I said, well, that's not why I wanted to originally document this. Is I want to get the stuff that, I mean, how many people watching right now has went out with the crew at 3 a.m. out on a dry lake side of a fucking high desert town at 3 a.m. in the morning. There's I don't know if we'd blast people awake from sleep at that distance, but I think if anybody in the neighborhood, there's a whole neighborhood right there, because you're in the neighborhood, you go across this little road, and you're starting to enter the lake bed, and you just go. And go, and you go past the sign, giant sign that says keep out, you keep going. So you go in where it says keep out, and just go back a ways, and basically, it's kind of, I guess in this area, it's like, for these guys, for this crew, it's kind of like their own little Burning Man, if you will. Because you can, it's funny because you're wide open. But I said, so this is illegal. So I asked, so we can go to jail tonight for doing this. He goes, yeah. I go, okay. All right. And how do we avoid going to jail tonight? He goes, oh, it's easy. Because you set the shit up, put a nice long green fuse. I got footage of the fuses. I'll load that up. And they're setting the shit up in the kitchen. There was like a pre-setup and then a final setup out in the desert and on the lake bed. And but I want to see this shit too. And he lights that shit up. You drive out to a point away from the immediate area, and you sit back and you watch it. You watch it go off. Then you wait. And don't turn on any lights, on any brake lights, no lights. And you can see towards the neighborhood you came from. You see all the roads. It's flat, freaking desert, high desert. You can see there's cops coming out there. You're gonna see them at a distance. And if they do come out there, he said, just sit. Make you're in a spot where you kind of in back. Last night, I got so lost in the dark. We went out there riding ATVs a couple days ago, and then we were on a search because the supervisor lost his dog. And I'm actually upload that too. That was heart-wrenching. That was some crazy shit. I didn't realize how much that dog meant to him. And these boys, they do all kinds of different shit just for fun. It's like, I mean, what did what did you think you would be doing it as a senior citizen at age 55? 3 a.m. going to fucking desert lake bed just outside of a neighborhood and fucking light that shit up. Pink, orange, red, green, blue, you name it. And it was badass though. I mean, it was a lot of fun, and didn't light anything up, but just the whole. I mean, like I said, how many people get to not only go with a crew, but film it and upload it on their channel of all the setup and whatnot. But yeah, I just wanted to run that through, and yep, that's all we got. That there is what it is.